G'day, my cycling brothers and sisters out in YouTube land. This is Ron Ryder, and I'm back to you with another review. My favorite brand, Cervelo, and this is the 2016 R3 Disc. Yeah, I got my hands on this thing, so I've been testing it out for the past week, so it's given me time to get used to it, and we're going to be doing a rolling review this time, so I'm going to do a bit of commentary while I'm out on the bike. But I just wanted to show you while it was static what the bike looked like and what it is equipped with. Okay, so just really quickly, again, this is the 2016 R3. This is more the endurance kind of climbing range for Cervelo. So it's a more laid back geometry. The seat angle, seat tube angle, everything like that is more laid back and has a great climbing feel. It's equipped with Dura-Ace Di2, which is being upgraded. I think normally it comes with the Ultegra Di2 or Ultegra Mechanical. So this one has been upgraded to the Di2, to the Dura-Ace, and it's actually given me time to get used to. I've tried Dura-Ace, or I've tried Di2 before, and it was Dura-Ace, but it was only for a quick ride. So this is actually giving me time to get used to it. And I will say I really did enjoy it. The shifting is really smooth. Almost too smooth in a way, where you don't even notice you're changing gears sometimes. That might be good for some, might not be good for others. It doesn't have as much feel as, say, the E-Tap, the SRAM E-Tap. But I'm sure as I used it, I'd get more used to it the more I used it. Yeah, it doesn't have quite as much feel. And I also had a bit of a challenge. It was one day I went out, it was 3 degrees, it was really cold, so I put my big winter gloves on. They're like my snowboard skiing gloves. And I misshifted quite a few times because it's got this tiny little paddle up here, and it caused me to misshift quite a bit. I don't have that problem with the E-Tap because it's just 2 paddles, bam, bam, either side, bam, 2 at the same time to change the front derailleur. So it is quite easy. But that being said, the shifting is a little smoother, a little tiny bit faster. And I really did enjoy using it, especially when I didn't have to have such big, bulky gloves on. But let's move on. We've got the Fsa Carbon Cranks on here. It's 172.5 mil with a 5236 mid compact chainring set and a 1125 on the rear. Could have used probably 1128 for my big self climbing some of these hills, but that being said, still a really good climber. I didn't have too much trouble with that. These are the Shimano hydraulic brake system, disc brake system, of course, which does create a bit of a bulk here on the hoods, but it might not look the best, but it's actually, really comfortable, felt really nice on the hands, so that is not a problem. And the braking was exceptional, so we'll get more into that as I'm rolling along. We have got the head 25 mil carbon set of wheels with the Vittoria Corsa tires on them. Really nice rolling tires. These wheels are really nice rolling too. The hydraulic brake system, fantastic. The one thing you do have to give up is weight. It's a little bit heavier. It's near 8 kilos. For a climbing bike, might make some of you cringe a little bit, but I think it's worth it. The braking and the control, the late braking you get in there is really good, and the stability you get is really good. But that being said, for a climbing bike, I would like mine to be a bit lighter. So I'm sure on some of the newer stuff they do, and some of the newer stuff other bike brands do, it's going to start getting lighter in this hydraulic braking system when more bikes start putting their brains to it. It will definitely get lighter. We've got the Specialized Power Expert saddle, which is what I use on mine, so I was comfortable with that right away. And the FSA SLK carbon seat post. Anything I missed here? No, I think that's basically about it. We've got a 3T 110 mil stem, and that is a -5, I think it's a 5, a -8 setup there. And then we have the 42 mil alloy bars. So overall, love the feel of this bike, but let's get on the road and test this out. So come on along, and we'll do a little rolling review. Okay, hello all my cycling brothers and sisters out there in YouTube land. This is Ron Ryder coming to you with an full review on the Cervelo R3 Disc. Now this was released in 2016, although Cervelo doesn't really use dates on the releases of their frames. That's when this bike was released. It is a full hydraulic system, braking system. And what do I think of this bike? I actually am really enjoying it. It's obviously a lot less aggressive of a setup than my R5. It's definitely, the geometry is set up for climbing, which is brilliant. You just kind of grab onto the tops of your bars and it's such a lovely feeling bike. Really comfortable. Obviously that's what these bikes are kind of designed for, is to be in the saddle all day. So really, really comfortable. Definitely enjoying this bike. Would I buy it? 100% yes. I think they go for somewhere in between $6,000 and $7,000. This bike is actually fitted out with Dura-Ace Di2. Really, really enjoying the feel of this bike. They've got the Victoria wheels on there, which is really a nice feel. Yeah, it is a stunning, stunning bike. Yeah, the one thing that I'm a little bit surprised about actually is the weight of this bike. It's actually quite heavy, probably just under 8 kilos. I don't know for sure, but definitely my S5 is a lighter bike. So that being said, I think that's something they would have to work on a little bit, because if it's going to be a climbing bike, it has to be light. And yeah, I just don't really find it that light. Although again, it does climb really well. So, you know, I can't really complain about that. Yes, am I being a bit of a weight weenie? Perhaps. But, you know, again, if I'm building a climbing bike, I want it to be light. I want it to be lighter than my aero bike. So that's the one thing I would say that you do, you know, for the braking that you do get. Is the braking more powerful? Yes, definitely more powerful. But what you're really looking for with these hydraulic disc brakes is modulation. That's what you get out of it. You get a lot of feel. You can apply the brakes lightly and they will apply and start to slow you down. And then you can gradually build up the power and the grip of your hands on the braking levers, and it'll slow you down as fast as you want it to or as slow as you want it to. You can definitely brake later in the corners. And the first ride I had on this was actually in the rain. It wasn't raining too heavy, but the ground was quite wet, and it just braked, I guess is how you'd say it. It just braked exactly the same. So that I absolutely love. I've always been a bit of a purist when it comes to road bikes, and you know, I thought it'd be a little bit odd looking at a disc below me, a disc brake, and it'll remind me of being back on the mountain bike. But it doesn't at all. It's a lot smaller of a disc than you'd find on a mountain bike, and I think it is anyway. And you don't notice it. After 5 minutes, I didn't even notice it. So that is definitely not a problem. Do I love disc braking, and do I think there's a place for it in road bike racing? Absolutely yes. They just have to work on the weight, which I'm sure they probably already have. I know there is an S3 disc out there. I don't know if it's any lighter or not, but yeah, it's a Cervelo S3 disc, and I would love to try that out and review it. So Cervelo, or anybody out there who wants to get me an S3 to test out for them, I'd love to do it and do a full review. But yeah, again, let's go back to it. R3, super comfortable, just like what I remember, because that is the first Cervelo I did have, was an R3, and I absolutely loved that bike. So yeah, they've definitely kept it really comfortable, yet the bottom bracket is really good and stiff. So you get a lot of power, you can apply a lot of power to it. Is it as twitchy and reactive as the S5? No, but it's not built to be. So it is what it is. Fantastic bike, really good job, Cervelo. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll definitely be back to you with another video as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'm out. Peace.